So, I know I did a mini introduction of Yasmin, but I'm going to let her introduce herself. She's an amazing person,
Yeah.
and we could learn a lot from her.
That's so sweet. Well, like Zoo said, I'm Yasmin. I'm an Atlanta-based creative producer. I have a background in journalism and media studies. I have worked with publications. I've worked with nonprofits. I've worked with startups, doing all different types of creative work. I've done a lot of podcasts. I've done a lot of video production.
She has.
Script writing. I think I'm just kind of like a do it all kind of person.
Yeah.
It's hard to like describe yourself.
As people that go into the industry or even just into filmmaking itself, if not within the industry,
Yeah.
our job titles consist of like 5 different things: writer, producer.
Yeah, it's kind of a given that you have to
Yeah.
like know how to do certain things. When I decided that that was the path I wanted to go on, I think a lot of people around me really pushed that narrative that like, okay, it's good to
Mhm.
be able to do this, do this, do this, do this, because we have the freedom to market ourselves
Mhm.
however we want.
That I think that comes along with the
Yeah.
freelance world that we're in. We can't afford other people. We majority of the time are making our own projects come to life. So let's bounce into Yasmedia.
Yeah.
Tell us about you and Yasmedia.
Yasmedia is my company. It is a production company. We do video production, creative direction. I also market myself as a script writer. Any sort of like creative multimedia digital production that is can fall under the Yasmedia umbrella.
Yeah.
I think it's something that I'm always evolving to because I want the freedom to be able to work on the kinds of projects that inspire me, that I am interested in. I think it's just really important to listen to yourself, like
Yeah.
to block everything out and be super intentional about the kind of work that you're doing and like how you're labeling yourself, how you're defining yourself in the space. So
Mhm.
yeah.
What made you want to go into journalism part of it, the filmmakers part of it, the documentary part of it? Like, what was your
Yeah.
motivation to, this is what I want to do in school? This is what I'm going to school for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really easy for me to make that decision. I did video production as an elective all through high school. So I had the opportunity to really start playing with cameras when I was 14, 15 years old. Like I did not come from a family that was like buying expensive equipment or like
Mhm.
paying for editing software. So having that opportunity, it just like sparks an interest in you.
Yeah.
I did my first film festival. I was a junior in high school, I think.
Oh, wow.
So
That's really young. I didn't even start that young.
yeah,
Wow.
so it was just like I was so fearless then. Like I literally I don't know. I feel like when you grow up you get a little more anxious about that kind of stuff, but I was so fearless. We would just write anything. I remember just writing anything, filming anything,
Yeah.
just literally doing anything. And there's a lot of stuff that I've done that will probably never see the light of day, but I just to
It's still practicing and
yes,
using your
it's still
script writing
a lot of
brain and
practice.
stuff.
So I decided to go into journalism because I used to work on our like school news.
Yeah.
I was just in that cycle of like producing every single day.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I should get my degree in journalism.
Mm.
So that's what I did.
Since graduating, would you say your experience in the media world
Yeah.
learned anything new? Have you gained anything
Yeah.
from it outside of what you had already learned in school?
In school was really just the foundation. I've learned a lot, just like being on the ground,
Hmm.
being available, networking with people, speaking out like I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do
Hmm.
this. On I've been on a lot of different types of sets,
Hmm.
short films, commercials, TV
Reality?
shows. I
Yeah.
worked on a couple of reality TV shows. So I'm super grateful for
Hmm.
those opportunities because I think it has helped me learn more about like the kind of work that I want to do and like really how I want to visualize my life. It's a career, but I think being in the industry, it's so consuming. It's not a traditional work schedule. It doesn't allow for a traditional sort of like work life balance.
Hmm.
And work life balance is very important to me.
Right.
I go back and forth because I really like to prioritize rest.
Hmm.
It's not always easy when you're
When you're trying to chase a
working,
passion.
yeah, when you're trying to chase a passion, when you don't have unlimited resources to
Yeah.
pursue it. I'm constantly in that battle of like, okay, is it more beneficial for me to rest in this period? Is it more beneficial for me to push?
Yeah.
So I think that's like a constant internal
Internal
struggle.
struggle,
Yeah.
yeah. Same. I feel like when I'm not working, like I should be doing something. Like,
Yeah.
why am I not? Because when I'm working for someone else's projects, the industry projects.
Yeah.
On the weekends, I'm trying to do my projects.
Yeah.
So if I only have the weekends to rest, it's that internal struggle of, okay, I'm making money and I'm getting my
Yeah.
credit on these projects, but these big projects are not what it's going to get me into the industry as a
Yeah.
director, because I know we're all trying to do the same thing, get our stuff to the next
Yeah,
level.
you're just trying to get better, trying to get to the next level.
Yeah.
I feel like there's this pressure to like all be like super social media heavy.
Mm-hmm.
We feel like there's an expectation that like we would just have that,
Yes.
but I'm not always ready to like
No.
jump in the influencer seat and like
No.
advocate for myself in that way. That's super hard.
It's
So
so
like it's
difficult.
so awesome that you're able to like really put energy and momentum behind like your YouTube channel and like the projects that you're doing. I feel like it's just another obstacle, but it's also an opportunity
Mm-hmm.
in people who get into rooms that we want to be in because of how
Of
poppin' they
these,
are on social media.
exactly.
And like just point blank period. That's not taking away anything from
No,
anybody,
no.
but you can go from making TikToks in your room to being on a red carpet. Clearly it's a tool, but
It's,
it's like
yeah. What is your long-term goal? Like when you're like 50, 60, 70?
I love this question, but I hate this question. Documentary filmmaker,
Okay.
gallery owner, social media
Ooh.
socialite. And I know that those are not like real.
No,
It sounds so not real. It
but
sounds
they
so fake.
are, but they
But
are.
I'm super into like long form storytelling. That's kind of where I'm shifting my focus to, is like being able to tell a story that can be journalistic, that can be creative, that thought evoking and emotive. That's the kind of content that I want to do.
Mhm.
Also see myself as someone who gives back to the community and the arts.
Mhm.
Because I just think about all the opportunities that like would have been nice.
Mhm.
I think it really matters like the lens that you're telling a story through. I think non-traditional journalism is really important. It is changing, but I don't think that that means it's going away.
Yeah. What is some advice you'd want to give to either a younger you or young filmmakers struggling to find opportunities to get into work? 'Cause I know we were struggling
Yeah,
with
we were
that for a
struggling.
while, so I feel like you'd be
Yeah.
a great person for this advice.
I would say go in with a direction, but say yes to everything. So if you get an opportunity that isn't exactly aligned with your dream 100%, this is exactly what I want to do for the rest of my life goal, still say yes, because it will only help you. A lot of times in this industry, it's just really important to be there, to
Mm-hmm.
make a good impression, to be yourself. Mastering certain skills that might not be on your radar right now is really good advice. Saying yes, being open to opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
but never forgetting your long term goals. Like to viciously be in support of your own dreams.
You have to be your number one cheerleader.
That's what I'll say. That's what I'll say.
Yes. Well, thank you, my film family, for joining us on Diaries of a Filmmaker. It was so great having you, Miss Yasmin. I love your soul. She's an amazing person.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
I will tag Yasmin and Yasmedia at the bottom. Obviously, you know what the words are, like, subscribe, and follow, blah, 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 blah. Drop questions. We want to share the knowledge with anyone that wants it, please. So tune in with your girl next week.